gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. We got Ben Janessine, we got Pat Price, we got Chris Duarte, we got a bunch of legends sitting on the couch right next to me live at Raleigh Major 1 here on Saturday. We just got done with a lot of matches today, fellas. A lot of COD being played.
A lot of games.
A lot of games, but we got through it, and, man, did we have a good day today, man. We're going to go through all these matches. We're going to give our thoughts and talk about tomorrow going into Champ Sunday. But, Ben, you're $100 richer.
Yes, sir. Don't need to shave my head.
Yeah.
I don't know what's been the 100.
There's still more events.
I don't know what's been the 100 on yet, but yeah, no, it's a good.
Yeah, Ben's. There was a little deal between a little bet going between Pat and Ben. But if Vegas won the event, Ben had to shave his head. If they didn't win, he gets $100. So Ben, he's looking for his $100. He's a little pissed that you haven't gotten it yet. You're mad.
I said you guys sent it before the intro, and we ran the intro, and I haven't gotten it yet. So.
Yeah,
No
the intro
way,
till
man.
tomorrow's Flank.
Dude, you're the biggest goalpost mover I fucking did.
And then we got Chris. Chris, how you doing? You were in Challengers. You ended up getting what, top 12, right?
Yeah, I got top 12. I made a pretty good run, and then in the losers bracket we played Elevate, tough team. All right, those guys were taking pro teams to the limit.
Yeah.
Should have probably went last map, but choked. And then we played another team. You guys probably wouldn't know them. Gus, Pro MR, Siski, Lunars, all pretty good challenger players.
Yeah.
Lost last map again. I'm just glad I got the opportunity to play. It was fun.
I heard you were playing well. I heard you were doing your thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, in the respawns, definitely. I play 8 sometimes, so
Yeah.
I got some experience.
I feel like we need to gas it up. You beat your own team.
You beat your own
Chris.
team, bro. I mean,
You
these are the guys you were
smoked them.
coaching. I mean,
Just smoke the team that you're coaching.
Listen, bro.
That's typical.
that is typical.
They got
Chris.
unfortunate. They
That's
should
typical.
have.
They did get unfortunate, but they lost to you.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, bro, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, bro, you know? Obviously, we had some problems with that today in the CDL with some resets and stuff. We'll talk about it. Let's get into the first couple elimination matches of the day. First, we have Minnesota Rokkr going up against Vegas. Vegas taking them down in the last map. It was a 3-2. It was Minnesota Rokkr falling short and going home today. Pat, we'll start with you. What were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, after map 1, I thought it was going to be done and dusted for Legion, but I mean, to me, this is a L for the Rokkr, right? Like, I don't think Rokkr. I mean, granted, Legion did not overperform this event, but like based on how they played online, they came in and definitely proves people wrong. But Rokkr should win these every time with the amount of money they spend on that roster, the amount of talent they have. Like, it's a tough L. They're not that good.
It's a weird series because they've been kind of mediocre in hardpoint. Like this whole event, really, honestly, the whole major. They've had big difficulties in game 1 as well. And the only 2 maps they win the series are both hard points.
Which makes sense talent-wise,
Yeah.
right? Versus a team like Legion.
I think personally the biggest mistake that Rokkr is going to look back on watching this series is obviously they lost 6-5 last map, but I think Vegas' search has been looking really good, like even on the online stages.
They lost the control.
But the problem is, right, we know Vegas' control is pretty fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And they played the one map that, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree on this, is kind of a coin toss with the way that defense, how OP defense is. And, I mean, Vegas ended up taking advantage of the opportunity, and they ended up winning it 3-1. So, I mean,
3-2.
No, the control.
Oh, the control,
I mean, they took advantage of the control, won it 3-1, and I think that's ultimately why Rokkr lost. I mean, they can't lose the control of the worst control team in the game.
I imagine
they probably should have vetoed that map.
I was going to say, I imagine Vegas vetoed El Silo, yeah. And so why would Minnesota not play Hotel?
I mean, Rokkr might not have been confident on Hotel. But, I mean, like, dude, we just saw one right 10 the night right before the show started.
They just got 3-0 by New York on Hotel Control.
Yeah, listen.
In like 5 minutes.
I mean, I think the series, comes down to the vetoes. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, well, Vegas, they came out to play. I know we were talking a little bit about them because we were just watching them against New York, and we'll get to that series. But it makes sense for them to come out 1-2-3-5, in my opinion. I felt like their S&D looked good this weekend. They were able to take the one respawn, which I know, Pat, you were just kind of – you thought Vegas might have went all the way just by winning S&Ds and
2-3-5s,
maybe taking a respawn.
Or 2-4-5s.
They haven't been looking bad in hard points. For me, they're the way they performed this event, like, I think they could have made a run.
I feel like they're just not clutch in hard points.
No, I mean,
like they play the game close. They just always choke.
Sure.
But
my thing is like they're good at hardpoint. They're good at S&D. It for me is that whenever they're playing a team that's better at either mode, can they win the control? Can they win the swing mode? And they just weren't able to do it. They were able to do it this series, but you know.
Were you trying to say Minnesota's a good hardpoint team?
No, but I'm saying they probably just came out and they just played well in the hard
I don't
points.
think Minnesota's good at like any mode.
I thought they were.
Yeah, they've been good at search.
But when you say good, like not dominant, like they're just above average.
They were pretty well rounded online. I think they've come to this event. There's been some weaknesses, especially in the hardpoint game. But let's table some of the Minnesota. Well, they got eliminated in the series. Never mind. I mean,
yeah, they're done.
I wanted to table it for later.
Well, let me take now. My Minnesota thought is like, it's early, but they spent, to your point, spent a lot of money on this team. I think top 8's pretty disappointing for this team. We've been kind of gassing them up. They were looking good online. We were thinking that they were definitely a chip contender, and they were out before people even ate lunch.
I don't think they're a chip contender.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I know we can sit here and say this team's a chip contender, this team's not. The meta changed. Like we can't ignore the fact that the M4 got GA'd. And at the end of the day, the way you play the maps probably doesn't change in terms of the fundamentals, but the pace that you have to play now is pretty evident by the teams that are doing good.
Especially your subs.
Yeah.
Especially your SMGs, right? And I know Afro's there too. He
played great, by the way.
Usually doesn't have that like super aggressive pace. I'm not blaming this on Vance, by the way. I'm saying there was limited time for people to adjust to this type of pace. New York being one of the teams that is making a run, and they're playing phenomenal in hardpoint.
Yeah.
I think teams like in general, like I'm not worried about Rokkr. I think they have a good foundation, but they're going to go back and they're going to realize and they're going to watch these matches and be like, we got to speed it up in our response.
But even
we want to
then,
like.
Dylan,
we want to avoid struggling in HP.
Dill's not that fast of a player. Like
well,
just as a team, but as a team, they don't really have
maybe in their
fast
tendencies,
players.
but that doesn't mean they can change. Like realistically, it's
Dylan
early in the
can
game's
play
lifespan.
fast.
They
Yeah,
just got to
but
learn.
I think he's a lot better when he plays like slower, plays his game like a more like methodical approach.
But if Ben's gonna play like sort of the corner style that he plays, like he needs Cam to probably play a little bit quicker. Like I think as a general, like you look at the teams that advance. We'll talk about at the end of this episode. I think Rokkr do need to speed it up.
Teams are going to learn.
They want to match how fast. Like,
well, speeding it up doesn't always mean just get cracked.
Yeah,
it's
but you see how New York and like Faze react to situations and how quick they
Scar
get.
got GA'd. Not Scar. Sorry, M4 got GA'd 2 weeks before the matches. And 2 weeks is still pretty good time. But we all know how much better people get after events because. Here's where you truly learn.
Yeah, you learn the most here.
You feel the pace of the game.
Yeah.
You feel the pace of land, and then you go back at home and apply it there.
Let's look at that one New York situation when they were playing that control just a minute ago, where they were just constantly flooding the point, like just no care in the world, just jumping on the point.
Off spawn over and over again.
A team like Rokkr's not ever going to play like that. They're always going to play like pick first. That's just that style.
They're going to struggle.
I feel like that's just their style to play
Cammy
pick
and Cold War
first.
was probably one of the most aggressive ARs flexes in the game. Like he was ridiculously aggressive.
Say Krieg was that aggressive.
Wait, he ran a 74U a lot of time, bro.
You just said AR. We're talking about AR.
Flex.
Yeah, but he's running at Scar now on this team.
Yeah, I know, but dude, he can adjust his pace. Cammy's a good player.
Listen, you guys might not want to say it. You're being nice. It's a blow it up for Minnesota Rokkr.
What? Okay, bro. Move on. Next series. Pat is so
being nice.
bro.
It's a blow it up.
Nah, I would not blow it up
fried,
just
bro.
yet, but let's move on to the next series, bro. We got the Florida Mutineers getting absolutely pissed on slam by the Los Angeles Thieves. They got 3-0 smoked.
They just got out-talented, period.
They out-talented.
Cinderella story with the optic elimination kind of ended. Like, we obviously see their weaknesses were already pretty clear when they played optic. They were just kind of clutching up and winning some of these important key maps.
And optic was choking a lot.
And optic was choking, exactly. I remember the 5-2 comeback, but I mean, they just played Thieves. They came out flat, and Thieves just smoked them after the first
This
round.
Florida team clearly is not a bottom feeder. They may be vying for a champ spot. They get a couple more placings like this, but they're basically like kind of sitting around
mid-pack.
They're mid-pack like they were
inconsistent.
last year.
They're just
they
a dark
maybe
horse
get some
team.
upsets.
That's all it is.
They're inconsistent, though. They looked so good yesterday, and they look so bad
today.
today.
When they play optic, they're just a different team, which I don't understand.
I think they're just like
Matchups.
pure momentum too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just need to get rolling. And they came out, played just a series in the morning.
They're just a dark horse team. They're going to come to events if they continue the way they've been playing now, and they're going to take a series off a good team.
But is that like a team that you want to have, or do you want to try and make improvements? I want to make improvements.
I mean, of course.
But what improvements are they going to get? Like,
I don't know. Drop get somebody a little bit more consistent.
It's
bro,
the
they're
first
not going to
event.
drop Vic off their one event.
Yeah,
Vickler didn't even play that bad, Pat. He was making plays.
No, but it's the consistent factor. Like I want if I'm building a team, like the number one thing I'm going after is consistency across the board.
I mean, we don't know how their practice is. Obviously, the meta change.
I don't think it's that good.
I would down to hop on blow it up trains, just not this early. I just think it's too early.
Blow it up trains are people that are placing dead last and don't look good.
You also got to understand what blow it up means.
Before the new meta, didn't look good now. Like we can't make a meta excuse for every team. Be like, oh, they all adjust. There's teams that didn't look good before, don't look good now. Went to the event, don't look good at all. Blow it up. But for Florida, they had some shines where like they have some clear strengths, some clear weaknesses. They got to go back home. They got to work on that. And then next event, if they're getting the same results, then hey.
Next
make some changes.
Listen,
you know what I mean.
LAG London are blow it up candidates. I don't know if anybody else is at the moment, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. LAG is like the only one where it's like maybe some just because they had the same trio last year.
You could have told I could have told you to blow it up before the
Yeah,
event.
we were
But
for the pre-blow up.
we'll see. LA Thieves ended up moving around after that one. Florida Mutineers, they get eliminated. They ended up placing what, top 8?
Top 8.
Top 8, right?
Everyone top 8 today.
So Florida and Minnesota get a top 8 placing. Then we go on to the winners round 2. That's where Atlanta Faze came out against Toronto Ultra. And, man, did Faze look good. They just look like typical Faze, just doing what they do. They seemed like they were confident today, man. Just on point. Even last night, talking to them, they were ready to go.
Listen, this series, we talked about one series was won by vetoes. This one was won by vetoes, bro. Like, people got to stop playing Faze on Embassy S&D. I don't know how many matches they need to watch this weekend with them winning 6-0, 6-2 on this map, but people stop playing them on it. And I tip Faze for the Hydro play, obviously. They didn't have great start on that map. Toronto has not played it at all, and they looked the better team on that map. And that being the difference after Toronto, won a close control on Hotel, in which they had crazy like a-holds on defense back to back. So
Faze, they were 0-2 on Hydro going into it.
Yeah,
which was early on, right? It was early
so
in the year when they played it.
And Abizi got like cooked on those maps.
Yeah,
we got cooked on
which
this
I mean
map
M4 meta too.
Well, what did he end up going final on this map?
I'm not sure. Oh, they show scoreboard here too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
he ended up going
0.61.
14 and 23, but MC
Yeah,
went
but
23
kind of
19.
offset it too.
Well, it's all. Slasher also played good on that map too.
Pros, they all played good. 1.2, 1.4, and a 1.9,
And Tyler's just
2.0. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Self dropped a 2.0.
yeah, he lost.
Yeah.
And then he hit a nice celebration at the end there. But just to give a little thought on the series, I mean, I just feel like Faze's slang power is insane.
Yeah.
They're so hard to play against, when you watch them.
I think Faze has a pretty well-rounded map pool. They have like 3 maps that I feel like they're good at. I've seen them play Embassy. They're good at Hardpoint Embassy. They're good at the hotels, and they're obviously good at Hydroelectric. So I mean, they just have a strong map pool.
And they haven't really played Fortress, I think, at all in this tournament.
Yeah, but Fortress is one of those maps
yeah.
that a
Last
lot
time
of
they
people
played,
kind
they
of
lost the
consider
breach.
Fugaze.
But
And
that's
it's because of how mixy
that's a
it
best
is
of
and
7 map.
trappy.
I mean, you're gonna need like a 4th go hard point when we get towards the best of 7.
Also keep in mind, I mean, I think Toronto Ultra. Can you bring up the overall stats? I think Ultra overall just played bad in this, like compared to slang wise, how they usually do. Like they just didn't play that well. Like
Scrap got tucked.
yeah,
and
Scrap had one of
Kleenex
his
got
worst
tucked.
series. Like Standy played okay, Insight played okay.
Weirdly
like,
enough,
everyone really
Fabizi
slang.
ended up with a 0.8 because that hard point no control map, but he was like final the first 2 maps.
I think
Yeah,
the big
no,
thing
he
here
played
is
really good the
Simp.
first
two
The
maps.
big thing is Simp. We haven't seen Simp have like these 1.3 like takeover series, and he had one here. Like
He's been doing that this weekend
Yeah,
too,
he's been-
that's
looking
what I'm
like
saying,
prime Simp.
But like compared to like last year, he was a little bit more quiet.
He's more of like a 1-0, 1-1,
yeah. But he's having the series this game.
The
Where it's like he's
Vaz,
taking over.
the GAs helped this team a lot because they're back to a 2-2 split, and this
Yeah.
team is very dangerous in a 2-2
That's what
split.
they want. Yeah, that's why. I mean,
yeah.
People are going to start. I mean, obviously, FaZe is still in contention. They'll probably they're in contention for making the final. But dude, if Simp and Abizi start firing like all together with Selly and basically an MVP form, and then Slasher doing his thing, and it doesn't really matter what he's doing at this point. If the 3 are literally just frying, the big 3, right?
Yeah.
Listen, and
the tiny
Austin's,
three.
listen,
The
Austin's
tiny
been doing his
3.
thing as well.
Of course, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, he's
No,
great.
I just like the way Austin slots into the team. I think he's a good personality for the team. I think he's a good player, and I think he meshes well with them.
Yeah.
The thing for me with this team, and our biggest criticism on the show and in my videos was, FaZe team obviously got seconds a lot last year. I think a lot of it was not being like the best team at each event, especially in search. And I think at this event, they may be the best search team.
I also think Austin
event
improves
right
their
now.
S&D a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a
But
lot.
my thing with FaZe last year, bro, and like the difference in this year and how they're playing, at least at this event, was you could never get Simp and Abizi going at the same time.
Yeah.
In this game, and Simp is having a good event. I've seen Abizi have some great maps, and then Celium is still playing good. So I mean, if all 3 of them, are starting to play really well and have the potential to basically take over a series, like they're going to be a hard team to beat, especially when they have like such a good map pool.
Yeah, this series was just a FaZe masterclass. Like, they just played how FaZe should play. Like,
Agreed. And Scrappy said he wanted some people to shoot back, and he got
what
it.
you asked for. So.
He got that. So Atlanta
but then he came crazy.
He
the next
came
series.
crazy. I mean, I think very highly of Scrappy. He's an incredible player, and we're gonna move on to the next one. We'll talk a little bit about that one once we get there. But next up was NYSL and Seattle Surge. A little bit of controversy in halfway through the series in the control. There was a play where Hydra's controller disconnected with 10 seconds left to go. I personally think New York probably would have won the map. But at the end of the
Now you
day,
get to see the situation.
at the end of the day, New York, they end up losing a map. The last 10 seconds, Hydra's controller broke, and he couldn't get to the point.
I think they absolutely would have won the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say 100% they would have won because, you know, but it's like 95, 90%.
Aside
I think
from
they probably
that, though,
won.
dude,
Seattle had no lives. They had
Yeah.
no lives left.
Aside from that, the thing is, I mean, like, dude, Seattle won a search.
They won a search.
Seattle won
And
a
they
search
looked
in
great
there.
today. I felt, and Pat, I want to ask you because I felt like Lamar played well today.
They did. Let's look at the stats.
Like, we could take a look at the
Can you bring 'em
stats. We'll take a look and see what happened. But take a look at Seattle Surge. We had a 1.22 from fucking AG. He went fucking crazy. I didn't even realize he went off.
Brian, I know they were. I know obviously stats aren't everything, and they were making plays.
They're not everything, bro.
But
You
it's
can't
it's just
look at the
funny
stats.
because, bro, this is 2 times in a row where I'm like, where somebody's like, "Yo, Lamar and Mac were playing good." You pull up the thing, 1.0.
Yeah, but
it was the same thing
but,
yesterday.
but,
Yeah,
that, no,
it
but that
was
is
funny.
funny. But that
I
is
mean,
the thing. The problem is
they have more damage.
Look,
than
I know,
Dante
I know,
Edwards,
Look
I
at
know,
their
I know.
kills.
It's,
Look at their
it's,
kills.
it's more of like a little meme.
But
It's a
their
troll.
kills are within like +5, +10.
They're all
right?
with each
Like,
other.
Yeah,
Of course,
they're
of
playing well
course.
with each other.
The problem
It's
was
just
like
so
the other
funny,
days,
bro.
like Sib and Pred would have like 70, and Mac and Lamar would have like 35.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not my fault that I'm sitting here watching the games and Mac is fucking breaking hills, popping pieces. Lamar's
They're making
saving
good
them,
plays.
like making
Yeah,
fundamental
they're-
plays. Like, they're making
they
good
played
plays.
well in the
Like,
series. No,
Of course,
definitely.
You know,
It's
you're
just-
gonna- you-
I just love it, dude. I just love it. Damn, bro, he was going off stat.
I mean,
he
he was.
It's just-
0.9.
0.9. No, it's just funny.
Yo, this guy
It's
was
just
shitting
funny.
all day. 0.9.
but yeah, I think it's important, right? Like, you need people doing, you
Yeah,
know, what
of
you need to
course.
do to win maps.
Yeah,
And
Katie's not everything.
yeah, it's
bro.
not everything. And when you watch them play, like they play really well together. Like
I mean,
as
there's
a
also
team.
the argument that
Like-
like the way they play helps Sib and Pred. Like that's definitely
Yeah,
true.
I mean, listen, 100%. I mean, when you
But-
have teams, when you have players who are, for instance, Max, their trophy player, get Mixie with the trophy. You have Lamar, who's fundamentally probably their most fundamentally sound player.
He'll player rotating,
Right? Like, yeah,
doing
every
this.
team is going to have their super. I mean, bro, we can go through every team and fucking pick their superstars and be like, okay, like, their superstars carry the team. You know, if the other guys aren't kicking up. Like, yeah, of course. Like, you want to support your superstars. That's what you want to do. But I thought Seattle looked great today.
I wish I
thought-
could have dropped like a 0.9 and be like,
I'm
yo, he was
going on.
frying.
Well, but what did you guys think from Seattle Surge as a whole today? What did you guys
They
think?
won Search, and like when they win Search, like they're probably gonna win the series. They're a really good respawn team. They're
and
good at both
until
hard
they
And
play
points.
Pred was
until
unfuckable.
until they play Faze, which usually comes down to them losing their search against Faze.
Bro, listen, for
but-
them to beat Faze, Sib and Pred would have to be like 1.4, 1.3 each, and Mac Lamar would have to be like a 1.0 each.
And New York, bro, NYSL was not an easy matchup for Seattle, and
No.
and they took care of business there too.
I mean, still with some controversy. But
I mean, yeah, it's controversy, but I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's not Seattle's fault. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
You
The
know?
only
Seattle still
problem-
did what they had
The
to
only
do.
problem here is if that situation didn't happen and New York won that map, could Seattle have won a Game 5 S&D?
I don't know. We'll
You know
never
what I mean?
know.
Like
we'll never know.
You're talking
I
like you were
mean,
surprised they won Game 2.
Bro, I
It's
don't
like,
have I don't have faith in Seattle winning 2 S&Ds in a series
ever. Yeah.
ever right now.
Yeah, their S&D's definitely their weakness.
I
for
need to
sure.
see them go last map with a team and then win that map and then be like, okay.
The problem
can.
is, like, they won this series great. Your reward is you got to play Faze. They played earlier in this tournament and did not look like they were on the same level with Faze and Search. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But, you know, I think typical from Seattle. Like, they managed to separate themselves from these mid-pack teams. They're, like, comfortably top 4, top 3 team, I think, in this meta right now, which is respectable because I think a lot of us had them outside the top 8 at certain points over the last few weeks.
Yep, nope. Seattle looking good. They move on. They're playing Faze tomorrow, right? Like you said, Ben, they play Faze again.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Seattle can make something happen against Faze. Faze just looked really strong to me, so we'll see what happens there. And then we get into another set of elimination games. This was back to losers. We had the Los Angeles Thieves going up against the Toronto Ultra.
He's back. This
Uh,
remind me of like the Voldemort back thing.
Yeah, wait, what? The Voldemort? What?
Yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Potter type
Yeah,
shit?
you know the like the meme with like the I don't know, the Ministry of Magic guy walks in, he's like, he's back. that's what reminded me of this series. Like, so Scrap just came back with a vengeance.
No,
and
he
was
did. I
frying
mean,
this
I don't know
series.
what the final stats were. I haven't looked at the stats all day, but Scrappy had to have had something crazy because he was fucking popping off.
Yeah, he had 95
1.2,
kills in this series.
most
So.
kills
Um,
by like 20 plus to every
He
other
dropped
player.
12K damage?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
12K damage, 95 kills. I mean, that is typical. And he got the first 40 bomb of the season,
Ever,
which
yeah.
is pretty cool to see. First 40 bomb we've seen so far. We can talk about LA Thieves a little bit. They won the first hard point. They looked really good to come out strong, but Ultra just took the next 3 maps. They just call fire. What do you think happened at like these today? They got eliminated by Toronto Ultra and ended up placing top 6.
The fundamentals are decent for this Thieves team, but I think the slaying has been a big miss for them this weekend. I think there are a couple players having slower weekends, so obviously not the event you wanted for Thieves, but I think there's something to build upon. They need to get back to what they're doing last year, where they can be more efficient in their trades and not get 3-piece every life by Scrappy.
I just don't think they have like a standout mode right now. I think they're pretty at like every mode, and then their S&D clearly hasn't carried over from Vanguard. Obviously, completely different game, and I think that's one of the things that ended up carrying them towards the later stretch of the season. They were winning a lot of those S&Ds and clutching up in series.
Yeah, when you watch them play, though, they have the talent to slay. Just because the slaying wasn't there this weekend doesn't mean, they're the world champs for a reason.
Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about the Steve's team. They've something to build upon. But
I think they're just going to go back to the drawing board, Ben, and they're going to be like, okay, what are these teams doing that we're not? And we have the talent capable of performing to that level or better. So let's just learn from them and adjust.
Let's keep in mind, they got top 6, but they played an elimination match against Ultra. Like, that's just a tough bracket. Like, this could have easily still been a top 4 placement for them if they had a different...
played Vegas.
Vegas or New York even. Like,
which they already beat Vegas now. Did they beat
Yeah,
Vegas?
I think so.
They sent them losers,
but either way, if they didn't play anyone but Ultra, they probably win and get top 4. So it's just one of those things where they just had a rough bracket. But I think I mean, we don't doubt their slaying capability, but I don't think we saw any like superstar performances out of them this weekend. Like none of their their main, like Kenny had a rough series here in an elimination match. Like we just need to see them. Obviously with the meta change, I think they'll benefit from the meta change, but maybe not right away.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're just kind of. Yeah,
they got to get back into it. They got to try and find their rhythm again, like they did last year in Vanguard, because it was like the same thing last year. Like last year, we knew they had talent, but it just wasn't looking right. They just weren't putting it together.
Last year.
And then they just started making it work. So we'll see what happens with LA Thieves moving forward. We'll see if they can turn it around. And then we had NYSL going up against Vegas, which listen, I'll be honest with you, this ended up going to a 4th map. It was a 3-1 for NYSL. I just felt like NYSL was just playing at a different pace. They were just playing so much faster. You even heard P-Dog saying it on stage in the interview pre-stage. Just, right now the pace that we're playing, I just feel like it's hard to beat. And I couldn't agree with him more. I feel like even just by watching them play, they're just constantly putting pressure over and over and over again. It's all 4 of them who are just like, it's almost like what you were saying before, like 2 flex ARs rather than having a main and like a flex.
And I think that works when you play with pace like that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see COD going towards that direction where it's more like a 2 flex, 2 sub type game rather than a main AR.
New York still is in the tournament. They might not win the event, but I think a lot of people are going to go back and revisit the way those guys play HP and take a lot of inspiration from it.
Agreed.
These guys play at a completely different pace than everyone.
Especially in this meta.
Said, Tom. But just to talk about Vegas a little bit, I think Vegas just reached kind of their ceiling in terms of the tournament. They're starting to play against, obviously, the cream of the crop in terms of like performing at the tournament. And once again, they can't win control.
Yeah,
they're playing a team that is arguably better in both the modes that they're kind of serviceable on. And I mean, they just go out.
The other problem is if you're getting a series like this at a pro loot and you're not doing something with it, then something's wrong in the Vegas camp.
I mean, to be fair, Prolu looked good this weekend.
Yeah, but like we were talking about Prolu being their worst player in terms of like slaying. Yeah,
I don't think there's anything. Listen,
but like if he's gonna come out and have a 1.2 and have the most kills in the series, like. Except for Hydra, obviously, like the other teammates got to back him up. We didn't see any big series out of Don. Don has been this team's
Teach
staple.
Been playing good.
Yeah,
Play has been playing the
one.
best, but like obviously, I don't like. You just have to get more out of like the 2 people.
Yeah, especially if Byron's frying.
So I think 2 things for this Vegas team. 1, yes, I get better control. 2, please get these guys to one location. I don't care if it's Philadelphia, Jersey, Texas, wherever. These guys need to be set up better to have more success online because it's killing their momentum.
Practice.
Yeah, it's killing their practice right now because I think this team could definitely improve if they get better in control because they're just going to be absolute Game 5 grinders and no one's going to want to play. I don't think they're going to be like 3-0
What is their split right now? Where are they online?
2
Texas,
East,
3 Tri-State.
2 East.
Well, no, 2 like
Atlanta,
Northeast.
Jersey, Philadelphia, and Texas. So
Atlanta, Jersey, Philadelphia, and Texas.
Well, because then they play like
so they're home. Everybody's just home.
They play Thieves. They play on like a
People
Denver
are pulling
server
like Denver
chalked.
server because of the Texas guy.
Yeah.
Also, before we move on, I just want to give props to ProLoot. I was hard on him before the weekend started.
You motivated him, bro.
And bro, I'm gonna keep it real. If you're performing terrible, I'm gonna say you're performing terrible. And if you don't look good, you don't look good. But at the end of the day, guy came to LAN and showed up. Like I wasn't expecting this because we already saw him on the Optic roster and he had some series here and there, but overall he wasn't playing anything special. But he looks like a completely different player right now on LAN on this game. So props to him, man. The guy's showing out for his team. Not only is he doing it in the search and destroy, but he's slaying in the respawn whenever he has an opportunity.
Optic might have to get him back.
I feel like the flank really do be motivating people, though, bro.
Bro, there's
bro, I said the other day, no competitor likes to hear that they're getting
No, they
shit
don't.
on.
Well,
Nobody likes to hear that.
there's a flank couch buff this weekend.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
every player who has been on the couch is in the top 4.
Hey, they got good gas.
So we had the Faze guys on; they're in the top 4. Seattle guys have came on multiple times. Scrappy and has come on a few times. Ultra, and then I don't think we. Oh, and Caesar.
Caesar came on.
Caesar came on, and NYSL came in. Tony was on, but he came
was after
on
he already got
after he got
Same
eliminated.
It was
ASM,
before.
yeah.
If it was before, he would be in the top 4. So a little
Hey, numbers
we can't have
don't
more than
lie.
4
numbers
teams in
don't
the top
lie.
4,
We got the
but hey.
statistics, bro. We got the stats, man.
ASIM came on after, I'm pretty sure.
Asim
came on
and
after you
Zinni
lost.
So
came
if you
on
come on the
after.
show right now, you have a 100% success
If-
rate in
if-
making to Sunday.
Whatever team from the top 4 hits the couch right now is winning tomorrow. That's a fact, bro. So
I don't think
Well,
there
if
any,
you guys
any of
are
them are in
listening,
the
they're all
venue.
gone.
You know, someone on Seattle's listening to that, about to come back. Walk
Yeah,
back to
bro,
the
they
game.
ran down real quick.
Nose dives
Yeah.
through the fucking
Dolphin diving
Yo,
off
he
the
jumps
top.
through the fucking back, the fucking curtain. Just jumps through the fucking
Jumps
screen.
through.
But yeah, now NYSL, they look good. They take down Vegas. I think it was a good showing from Vegas this weekend. I don't think a lot of people had them
Priest is so
at the top of
good,
their
I mean,
list.
I think this was getting a lot
Priest
of
is
points for them.
disgusting.
That
Dude,
was
he's so
important.
good
A
at this
top
game.
6, like you think about it, like Boston or the teams that got fucking last, and Vegas just gets a top 6, like makes up for the points they're gonna lack online too.
Yeah.
Bro, it's honestly, it's pretty good for Priesta. It's to see Priesta and Standy doing well because those guys were getting cooked on
Yeah.
that Rokkr team. Not only in their performances, but they were like the fans, people like even like us, we were cooking them, and they came to this game and they're turning around. They're in the top
Rightfully
4
so.
first
It
tournament.
motivated them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, Priest has been looking insane. Fucking Paco's been doing his thing. I mean, the whole team
We
from
know,
top
we
to
know.
bottom. Kismet, he had a 1.0, but like, bro, he's like one of their
That's
most
the
important
Bulldog.
players.
That's the
Like,
Bulldog.
bro, Kismet is a perfect example of KDs don't matter, bro. Look, you got to see what this guy's doing, bro.
I also
gritty.
want to say
He's gritty as hell. That's a
this
perfect
team,
word.
On this team, because of the way they play, KDs don't matter the most. Like on
Yeah,
this team.
yeah, yeah.
Because like this is a team I expect, like someone like Kismet. He's someone who I expect to get a lot of kills and a lot of deaths. So,
Kismet
like,
gets
he
Yeah.
his
definitely
wins
does
out
that.
the mud.
But in
bro.
terms of like total kills, like I mean,
He's
he's
in there.
basically the same with every other of his teammates except for.
It was just
Hydra.
crazy, the hotel control when they just kept diving into the hill,
That
and
was
he was
absurd.
just
That
just
B
kept
point?
throwing trophies down and switching
All of them all
corners and
spawn,
stuff.
chucking
Yeah,
both
just
tacticals,
exactly,
trophy, and
bro.
diving. Yeah.
Just working trades. It was like super entertaining to watch. So shout out to the Bulldogs. Shout out to the whole NYSL crew. They are playing tomorrow. We got 4 teams on Championship Sunday. Faze, Seattle Surge, Toronto Ultra, and the New York Subliners. I mean, I'll just come out and just straight up ask you guys, who do you think's winning the tournament? Who do you think's going to win it? I
already
got
told you.
Faze, man.
It's we usually try to I try to stray away from the Faze bias because I know Tommy Tommy loves Faze and so does Ben, but it's tough to not say those guys are going to win with the way they've been playing. Has New York played Faze? No, New York went down to Seattle.
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
they
so.
haven't. I mean, granted, New York did lose to Seattle, right, in a tough series, and they also had that control, shit on thing that happened. But I'm curious. I want to see New York play Faze. I know it's going to be hard for
They got to
make
beat
that run.
Toronto.
And the
But-
Seattle.
Yeah.
Bro, I just want to see the pace, bro, because I know FaZe likes to play at a fast pace, like a BZ versus like Hydra. Like, I think FaZe is gonna win the tournament, but I want to see I want to see New York make it to the final.
The
That would
problem-
be fucking lit.
But the problem with that is best of 7's 3 S&Ds, right? I would favor FaZe in a best of 7 against New York.
I don't think New York is bad at search though.
Not bad, but FaZe's been
But
playing
FaZe
amazing.
looking final
and
in
I,
search
and,
right
I,
now.
and I think
Yeah.
they would win the map veto, like clear
Yeah.
as day.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd rather see that match in a best of
Well,
5.
New York's home from losers anyway, so.
Yeah, so they're going to
so-
have the
so
veto
not-
advantage
yeah, so-
and a best of 7 and
well,
3 S&Ds.
Yeah, so.
Well, we could kind of see how it plays out tomorrow. We kick things off. We have Atlanta Faze at 1:30 p.m. Eastern going up against Seattle Surge. So Faze and Seattle are going to be going up against each other. Ben, I know you were talking about Faze and Seattle already met this tournament, and Faze looked like they were just a step ahead this weekend. But tomorrow they match up again. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think FaZe probably takes that 3-1.
I think so. I'm going to go with Faze as well, but Pat, what do you think?
I think it'll be a 3-0.
3-0,
I think
FaZe?
they just come out and handle business.
What
Yeah.
do you think, Chris?
Probably 3-0. I mean,
3-0,
FaZe just
wow.
look dangerous, and if they win that, win the respawn, they're probably going up 2-0 in the series. I mean, I just don't really have faith in Surge.
And then who?
Maybe
Why
Toronto
does it say
versus
to
New
be?
York? Because I
It just
haven't
hasn't
refreshed
updated.
That
it.
hasn't
New York.
updated yet. And then we got Toronto Ultra going up against New York. Obviously, whoever loses that match will be eliminated because it is the loser bracket match. And then, you know, the winner will play the loser of Atlanta Faze or Seattle Surge. Personally, ooh, that's a hard one. New York Subliners and Toronto Ultra?
Have they played? I
No,
don't think
they
they
have
played
not
this
played.
tournament.
Man, I don't know who the hell.
I don't think New York's pace.
Chat, who do you guys got, chat? I want to see who you guys got.
I don't think New York's pace can handle the Kleenex.
You don't think so? You don't think they can handle the
Toby's
tissue?
Toby didn't play that good in that last series.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think he's due, and the Scraps will be doing his thing. Insight plays super slow. He's been getting free picks.
Tom, who you got?
I think Ultra has their way.
This is a tough series.
Ultra 3-1.
Oh, man. I think I might go with New York. I think I might go with the New York Subliners. I just feel like they're playing at a really high pace. I'm a big Paco fan. I feel like that guy is fucking disgusting. I just feel like all four of those guys as a unit right now just have it figured out. Like, they just have, like, the feeling of it. Like, they don't even need to think about what they're doing. They just naturally know what to do and what to push. And I feel like when you have a team firing like that on all cylinders, I'm going with New York, bro. I'll go New York 3-1.
This is series going to have a lot of because if I'm Toronto, I'm not playing these guys on Fortress at all. We see a lot of hotel, a lot of embassy. I like that for Toronto Ultra. I am thinking they get it last map against New York.
Pat, who you got?
Ultra 3-1.
Ultra 3-1?
Not the Ultra 3-0 we normally get. Spawn on the map.
I think maybe they lose the Surge, but I think they handle business in both hard points.
I'm gonna split the desk even. I'm going New York. Their pace and hard point looks absurd. I don't know how the map vetoes are gonna go, but I just want to see these two collide because, dude, the New York is just so they're so fun to watch. Bro.
They are fun to watch.
All their maps are just insane, bro.
Yeah, no, they've been playing really, really well. We'll see how these teams show out tomorrow. Maybe we got the best 4 teams on the weekend showing out tomorrow. So we'll be back obviously tomorrow.
Last one, call the grand final and who wins?
Grand final is gonna be Faze, New York, and Faze is gonna win.
I got Faze Toronto. I got Faze winning.
Faze Toronto winning.
Faze New York. Faze winning.
Faze winning. Okay, we're on the same page, and
So
we'll see what happens, man.
Wait, who'd you say? Faze and who?
No one's
He
got
said Faze
Seattle.
in Toronto.
Faze in Toronto.
No
And
one's
you
got
said
no one's
Faze
got
win?
Seattle.
Faze win that, yeah.
No
So
one's
you're
got
all
Seattle.
going Faze win, and
Yeah.
I'm going Ultra win.
Yeah.
This is gonna be nice when
last
I'm right.
question. Last question before we end it. No one has Seattle all year. Why?
Huh?
No one has Seattle in the grand
Because I
final.
don't
Why?
trust him to win a game 5.
Yeah, I don't trust them to
Like,
win a
dude.
game 2.
Yeah.
I don't trust them to
I
win
just
a
think Faze in New York
respawn.
just look better. I mean,
All right.
you
We
know.
can end the show now.
And
well-
by the way, we got a best of 70.3 searches. Like, I don't think they're winning.
Listen,
race, so-
unless Seattle fire their front office, fire
Well,
Mac, fire Lamar,
We're
hire
They
me.
just hired Red
Bro,
Bull.
they're
Let
in the
me-
top 4.
Let me.
They're in the top 4.
Let me
this
recruit
guy, dude.
Scrappy and Envoy.
Yeah, it's
I don't
guys on a
trust them.
three-year contract now. Yeah,
And sign me to a 10-year deal.
10-year deal. Okay, Aaron
$1
Judge.
million a
Okay,
year, 10
okay,
year deal.
Aaron fucking Judge, bro.
But listen, guys, that's going to do it for the show today. We've been here all day, man. It's been a very, very long day, so we're not going to drag it out too much. I know they're going to start cleaning up, too. We can see the fucking janitors and stuff getting in here, about to clean up everything. So we're going to hop out of here. Tomorrow is Championship Sunday, so we're excited to just get into that one. We'll be live, and we also got the final of the World Cup, too. I think we'll be
live.
here.
I'll be live at like 8 a.m. We're going to get some chairs back here. I think we got a lot of heads turning up. Argentina, France. Who does everyone got tomorrow morning?
I got Argentina.
I don't know anything
I'm
about-
scared of France. I think France might be the better team, but Argentina, they have that grit right now, man. I feel like they might do it.
I got Argentina in extra time
Oh, I
with
think it's gonna
one
be
of
a
their
grueler.
strikers scoring off the bench. They haven't brought in Dybala a lot, but it's going to be one of their forwards
That's
coming off
'cause
the
him
bench
and Messi
and
play
being
the
set
same
up by
position.
Messi and scoring a fucking goal.
You guys don't watch football, I'm guessing.
I got Argentina
There you
and Ben
go.
shirts coming off.
Which your shirt did come off today,
My
which
shirt
was
did
interesting.
come off today, yeah.
But listen, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the watch party. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We really appreciate all the love and support. The amount of energy in this chat has been absolutely insane, bro. So just thank you guys, man. We got one more day left of of Raleigh. I almost said MLG Raleigh, bro. One more day left of Raleigh, and then we're gonna wrap up the weekend, bro. So just thank you guys so much for the support. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites we're on, and go follow @theflank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running social, so make sure to go show him some love, man. Take care, brush your hair, and as always, man, you guys have a nice night, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.